What's up guys, Fei Yang here, welcome back to our Neoquest playthrough series. We just defeated Spider Grundle and he claims that he's being enchanted, mesmerized by a spell, and he cannot remember anything. So now we're heading to the Balthazar's Grove to find Balthazar, and maybe we can get some information from him. So who is preventing the sun from going down? Who mesmerized the Spider Grundle? And who planted the virus inside our spaceship? We'll find out. So here we are in the Balthazar's Grove, but why are the trees smiling? They are too green for Haunted Woods, too happy for the Haunted Woods. What happened here? Balthazar says, it's such a beautiful sunny day. Don't you just love flowers and fairies? I sure do. And my grove has gone from being awful and icky to lovely and pretty. Are you feeling okay? Why, I certainly am, ever since my fairy pals showed up. He points at a group of 4 tiny fairies hovering nearby. They're just the best! I thought you hated fairies and hunt them for a living. Are you okay? Oh no, that was the old me. The new me loves fairies. They're just so fun and cute. Grinds happily. So yeah, the Balthazar lost his mind. He's no longer the Balthazar we all know and love. He's gone from watching Oppenheimer to watching Barbie now. The fairies says, "Isn't it a pretty day?" Then they hover closer to you and whisper, "And we don't want you ruining it. Now get out of here. And don't come back." You can't move past them as they block the way out of the grove. Apparently the fairies have enchanted Balthazar. And now we can go into the happy, fun, non-haunted house. Because for the story to proceed, we need to find the brain tree inside the backyard of the house. After talking to the brain tree, you will acquire a curse word in the fairy language, and then you can use that to provoke the fairies and fight them. And that's the boss fight I was talking about. One of the hardest boss fights, if not the hardest in this game. It's probably the second hardest, only after the final boss fights. And this also requires you to plan before fighting the boss, because basically you will have to fight 4 bosses at a time. You will have to learn about their abilities and attacks beforehand, and think about who you should prioritize before the battle. So basically that's what the 4th fairy does. The dark fairy can slow you and haste you and can mesmerize your units. The fire fairy has the lowest HP, but it can do 100 direct damage and 56 group direct damage. Water fairy can heal for 150 or group heal for 78. The earth fairy is the tankiest one. She has a lot of HP and she can do critical strike and stunning strikes. What I would like to do is focus on the lowest HP fairy first, which is the fire fairy, and then the water fairy if this is on the normal difficulty, or the dark fairy if it's on evil or insane. And finally, the earth fairy, because she's the tankiest and is the hardest to kill. Keep the fairy slowed, and you might use damage potions or haste potion if you want. Finally, we're out of the haunted house. The brain tree booms. Halt! Who enters my domain? Adventurers, we're trying to figure out why the sun is permanently up. So I determined, before you even said a word, for I am the brain tree, the smartest of all trees, which isn't really saying much. But anyway, you come here because Balthazar is cursed. And the fairies will not let you pass unless I miss my guess. Yes, that's right. Can you help us break the curse? Yes. much as I enjoy the eternal sun, after all, is why I eat. My branches are getting withered under the perpetual sunlight, not to mention the fact that it's getting rather hot. So you must free Balthazar from his curse and find out why he caused the sun to stay up. The brain tree laughs. Haha, yes, I already know what has happened, though I am immobile. How do we free Balthazar from his curse? Simple, you must defeat the fairies that guard him, for they control the curse. To do so, you may use a word of power that will enrage them and force them to fight you. The word is Sardamakau, which translates to curse fairies in an ancient language. Go now, go defeat the fairies! One of the brain tree branches twisted and points behind him. You may leave this place by way of a hidden path in the trees behind me. Also, I have magically opened the gates on the sides of the house, so you need not to brave its horrors to visit me again. Well, anything else you can tell us? Indeed, if you desire to rest, you may do so here at the haunted house. Talk to Orgaphons, the little man standing near my roofs, and he will see to getting you some rooms. I'll call off my minions in the house for you while you sleep, but no longer! Well, after talking to the brain tree, you can talk to all the fawns next to him, and he will allow you to rest in the haunted house for free. Basically, he's a merchant, and you can buy all kinds of potions and equipment from him. I suggest you doing so because the 4 fairies is a very tough boss. I'm just gonna spend all my money here, and I'm thinking about doing a little challenge to myself, because right now my level is only level 41 and the recommended level to fight this boss is probably 45 in normal difficulties. I think I fight this boss at around 43 or 44, I can't remember, but 41 is quite low. So what I'm going to do is that I'm just gonna spend all my money here, and if I lose the fight, I only lost half of the remaining gold, so it's fine. And on the first try, I'm not even going to use slow potions or damage potions, just to make it a little bit more spicier. This playthrough has been so easy, and I need to make myself a challenge. And if the first try didn't succeed, then on the second try we can use slow potions and damage potions. And if the second try also failed, we'll just grind up our level in the haunted house to maybe 42 or 43, and restock the potions and go again. Notice how I still have so many unequipped weapons which is not sold to the merchants, because when I die I only lose half of the gold pieces and not the items in my inventory. So the weapons and the armor is actually my secret gold reserve, which will not be lost when I lose the battle. So this is the end of this episode. On the next episode we'll try to fight the 4 fairies at level 41. Which is extremely underleveled, and it should be fun. Once again, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Signing off.